Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear the FredTheMonkey.com podcast.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the second FredTheMonkey.com podcast. Ugh, I can't believe we're doing another one of these stupid things.
Oh, and I'm here too! Just in case, you didn't know I was here.
I'm sure they hoped you weren't here.
Nuh-uh, everybody likes me.
If by everybody you mean nobody, then yeah, everybody does like you. Everybody loves you.
Oh, Mom, Skip's being mean to me.
I'm not your mother. And Scebs, stop it. He started it.
I did not.
Cut it out, you guys. Nobody wants to sit here and listen to you argue for 20 minutes. He started it. Anyway, now's a good time to move on to the Q&A section. We got a lot of good questions. No, we didn't. That's a filthy lie and you know it. So let's get right into it. First up comes an email from Alec Hi. H-I. Himalayas, maybe? I'm not sure where he's from, but he has 3 questions, one for each of us. Number 1, Dear Sceb, what is your favorite anime? Anime? I don't watch that crap. Seriously, who watches anime? A bunch of nerds. Only losers watch anime.
I'm pretty sure Chloe watches anime.
I love anime. I mean, it's like the greatest thing ever. And I don't have a favorite because they're all so great. I love anime. Number 2, Dear SC, if you were the last one to get hired, except for the fishes, why do you act like the CEO of the website? I don't act like the CEO.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
do.
all you ever
Totally,
act
all
like.
the time.
Constantly. Well, somebody has to, otherwise nothing ever gets done.
Oh,
yeah, which is why we let you do it. Nobody else wants that crappy job.
Pants.
And number 3, Dear Fred, what's 1 plus 1?
What's 1 plus 1 what? Like elephants? Or cheeseburgers? This question is too vague.
How about just numbers? 1 plus 1.
What do I look like, a doctor?
Moving on. Hey, Fred crew. I was wondering, if you had one superpower, flight, beam shooting out of your eyeballs, etc., what would it be? Coffle.
Oh, I totally have, like, kung fu powers, where I could karate chop stuff in half, like elephants or cheeseburgers.
If you had a superpower, it would be that you smelled really bad. Oh wait, you already have that power.
Shut up.
I guess I would probably go for... I would probably pick the superpower of being awesome. Oh wait, I already have that power. Hey, I didn't get to give mine.
I think your power would probably be being stupid. That's right. Zing!
Well, nobody could touch you when it comes to the power of lame comebacks.
No, you're a loser.
Our next email. Hi. The podcast better not replace the moderate quality of animation that we all expect from FredTheMonkey.com. And if it does, I will set some angry space monster on you. The Mole. See, I'm not the only one who thinks that the podcast should replace every mailbag and any other cartoon I have to be in. I think he's arguing that it shouldn't replace them. What? This guy's a jerk. Don't listen to him. Podcast should totally replace all the cartoons. And then I should also be paid a lot of money. Next question. Sceb, Fred, and SC. Sceb, why haven't you done another mailbag? From Wii Fanboy. What are you talking about? I totally just did a mailbag 2 weeks ago. Where have you been? Maybe you should check the site every once in a while. Actually, this email is from a while ago. Well, maybe you should predict the future and then write your emails accordingly.
How come that one was addressed to all of us, but then Sceb was the only one with a question?
'Cause I'm the best?
That's not fair. Find me one in there.
Okay, let's see. Dear Sceb, what is your favorite new Pokemon? Hey Sceb, you need to do another mailbag. Hey Sceb and friends, I have a question for Sceb. Hey Sceb, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want a DS Lite? I have an idea for a Cube Toons comic. Here it is. Shouldn't even be in here. Sorry Fred, it doesn't look like there's any for you.
Oh, Sceb was right. Everybody does like me. Everybody does like me at all.
I just tell it like it is. This seems like a good time to move on to Scebs Video Game review. I want to watch Fred suffer some more. No, definitely a good time for the review.
It's Scebs Video Game Review.
It's Scebs Video Game Review.
Okay, now I'm not gonna do it. Were you not listening last time? I said if I ever heard that again, I was gonna go on strike. Did you think I was joking? I don't get paid anything. Going on strike isn't gonna affect me at all. So, good job. Now if you want to do a video game review, you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Oh, can I do it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
What?
It's Fred's Video Game Review.
It's Fred's Video Game Review.
Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at a DS game called Petz Horsez, spelled with a Z. I don't think that's the way you're actually supposed to spell it, because when I looked it up in the dictionary, there wasn't an entry that had a Z in it. Well, I mean, there was a lot of entries that had Z's, but they were at the end, and none of them had to do with Petz Horsez. Anyway, this is probably the best game ever made in the whole world, because you get a horse, and you could pet it with the little pen thing by scribbling on the screen, and you can brush it and name it. I called mine Captain Buttersprinkles.
Okay, stop. I'll do it. Jeez. Sometimes I swear you're the evil one.
Hey, I just know how to get you to do things, that's all.
Oh, fired again? This is worse than that time I pretended to be a surgeon at the hospital.
So today we'll be taking a look at the latest blockbuster hit, Smash Brothers Brawl, for the Nintendo Wii. For those of you who don't know, and by those of you who don't know, I mean those of you who live under a rock and never talk to another human being ever, and probably only get your news from the Fred podcast for some reason, Super Smash Brothers Brawl is the hit sequel to the sequel of Super Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers Melee. I hope that makes any sort of sense. The game basically takes every good Nintendo character ever made, and some really crappy ones, and throws them together in a free-for-all match to the death, over and over. Though the main focus is multiplayer, much like the last game I reviewed, Halo 3, disturbing trend, the single-player mode is actually pretty awesome too, because it's got all these wicked cutscenes where random Nintendo characters help other Nintendo characters to kick the snot out of these other guys, who sometimes are Nintendo characters. Except the whole thing accumulates to this epic boss fight against a butterfly man. I don't know who came up with him, but I guess they were running low on ideas. Also, he's rainbow-colored. I don't know what his name is, so we'll call him Mr. Rainbow Butterfly Man. So Mr. Rainbow Butterfly Man shoots stuff at you and tries to poke you in the eye, and you just punch him a few times and he dies. And the whole thing was kind of like, what? That's it? I just went through this awesome game with all these great cutscenes, and I had to fight a giant butterfly man with rainbow sparkles coming out of him, and... anyway, all in all, the game is pretty darn amazing, with so much stuff crammed into it you'd think you bought 5 games. And I'd probably give it a close to perfect score. Oh, except when they were making the game, they forgot one little thing, and that was to balance the character Ike. Instead, they made him the most powerful creature in the world. Even more powerful than Captain Butterfly Man. So suddenly, instead of trying different characters, everybody just picks Ike, and then sits there, waving their sword around, and killing you at well under 50%. Oh, what fun it is. The answer is none. So, I give Super Smash Brothers Brawl a screw you Ike out of 10.
Hey, that's not even a real... Hey, is that a real number?
No.
Hey, that's not even a real number! You can't do that!
It's my review, and I'll give it whatever score I want.
Oh, this is terrible! My score was gonna be awesome out of 10. That's at least a real number.
And now for a news segment, here's Cadberry with This Week in Sports.
Thank you, Green Chicken Man Monster.
My name's
And
Space
what a week it was in the world of sports. Paul Collingwood proved that around the wicket is the way to bowl, even when you're up against a ball on a string. And as I'm sure you know, the current Edinburgh City Korfball Club standings have seen the Edinburgh Mavericks fall to 3rd place. A terrible day indeed.
Korfball? What the heck is that?
Yeah, what kind of sports are you talking about?
Korfball, korfball! How do you not know the sport? It ranks right up there with rugby and badminton.
Rugby? What the heck is that?
I think people expected you to talk about sports maybe that they would know, like, I don't know, basketball or baseball or football.
Ah, football, of course. Though there are a lot of great games on the horizon, I myself am looking forward to Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool come this November.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about soccer, not football.
Soccer? What the heck is that?
How dare you, sir? Calling it by its improper name. It is football and always shall be. Now, good day.
Well, that went better than expected. Hey, maybe he'll even come back for the next podcast.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We're gonna do another one of these someday?
But it looks like that's about all the time we have for this podcast.
Hooray!
So thanks for listening, and happy Easter, and we'll see you around FredTheMonkey.com.
Bye!
You've just heard the FredTheMonkey.com podcast. Today's podcast was brought to you by Canada. We're our own country. Yet we still answer to the Queen of England and speak French.
Do you have a question you'd like to hear answered in the FredTheMonkey.com podcast?
I have a million questions.
It's our job to answer them, idiots.
Be sure to send them to podcast@FredTheMonkey.com. Who knows, maybe next time you'll hear your question on the air.
You know, I could loan you some mailbag questions if you want. I got like 5 million of them.
Are any of them questions for me?
No, I burn those.
But they're electronic.
Yeah, I print them out and then I burn them.